Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. Yes, I have another cake to share, so let's get right into it. I am using nothing but chocolate ganache today for my cake, and this is how I make my ganache. This is one bag of a 12-ounce semi-sweet chocolate chip, and then to that I am adding some heavy whipping cream. I don't do measurements. I normally pour my heavy cream until it covers my chocolate chip just slightly like this. I just give it a light little shake and then I put it in the microwave and I set it in there for about a minute. I take it back out and give it a light stir. And I noticed that my chocolate still needs to be a little bit more melted. So I threw this back into the microwave for about another 30 seconds. As you can see, the chocolate has started to melt and I'm just going to continue stirring until it becomes smooth in consistency, just like this. I put a little bit of saran wrap on the top of my chocolate, and you can easily leave your chocolate on the counter. I ended up putting mine in the fridge for about an hour before I started working on it again. My chocolate is back out from the fridge and I'm just going to do a quick stir. As you can see, it's nice and thick and smooth, and this is perfect for when I am going to frost my cake with this. Now I did take about 1/3 of my ganache and I separated that into a separate bowl. And that's because I wanted to whip this part right here. I'm going to make that into a whipped chocolate ganache that I will be adding also to my filling. I'm just using a hand mixer and mixing this for about less than a minute until I just get the consistency that I want for my filling. Now that my whipped chocolate ganache is all ready, let's go ahead and assemble my cake. Just using a small dollop of my chocolate ganache onto the cake board. And onto that, I am adding my chocolate cake. This is also my favorite chocolate cake that I like to use all the time. I'm just going to be using a small amount of chocolate ganache into my filling, and I'm going to do the same with my whipped chocolate ganache, only because I think the layers are smaller and a little bit goes a long way. Now onto the whipped chocolate ganache. It did thicken up a little bit because I had my window open behind me and it's a little bit chilly this morning. But honestly, I liked how thick it turned out. That way I know that I don't have anything spilling on the sides of my cake. I'm smoothing out my whipped chocolate ganache onto my cake and then I will be adding the second layer on. This is also real time, you guys. I did not fast forward my video at all for this one, only because I knew that this video was going to be short anyways, and so I did not fast forward anything. This is really how slow I work. This cake is actually also going to be for my husband's workplace. They're having a potluck tomorrow, and so I decided to bake them a cake. I'm really kind of sad that I won't be able to try this cake. And I know that the layers inside of it, once they cut it, is going to look amazing. Hopefully they enjoy this cake. I made this especially for him and his workplace. He also loves dark chocolate, and so I decided to just keep it with a chocolate ganache theme today. And the last time I made a chocolate cake, I had called it a triple chocolate cake. I'm not sure if I want to use that same name for this cake. Thinking death by chocolate, chocolate overload. What do you guys think? What's your thoughts? May is a really busy month for me. I've got 3 kids in the month of May that have birthdays. So you will be seeing lots and lots of birthday cakes this month. They are a little bit older, and so the themes won't be like the dinosaur cake that I made for my 4-year-old, of course. But be on the lookout for that. if you see a whole bunch of cakes being uploaded by me, you know why. I asked my kids what they wanted for their birthday cakes, and they gave me a whole bunch of different ideas of what they want, the filling that they want, and so hopefully you guys are ready for a whole bunch of videos from me. I'm starting to do the final frosting on my cake. Usually when I do a chocolate on chocolate cake, I don't do a crumb coat. I just frost it as it is. And I am using my chocolate ganache to cover my whole cake. I don't think I've covered a cake in chocolate ganache in a while, you guys. And so this is the first in a few years that I've done this. And while I was frosting this cake, I was just hoping that my frosting was not too runny or too thick. And I do want to let you know that I ended up making another batch of chocolate ganache just to make sure that I had enough to cover my cake. And if you've watched some of my videos, then you know that every so often on a cake, I always run out of frosting. So with this one, I decided to make another batch of chocolate ganache just to be on the safe side. I'm cleaning off the top of my cake with my offset spatula. And then to that, I will be adding more ganache to the side of my cake just to cover any gaps that I have on the bottom of the cake board. And then with this cake, I decided to do a swirl on the top of my cake. And I started from the middle and ended on the sides. And I decided to do a swirl on the sides of my cake as well. So I did that from the bottom going to the top. And this is what it looks like so far. Then I decided I wanted to add some chocolate chips to the top of my cake, and so I did that as well. And as you can see, I just started piling it on, and then I added some more, and there we go. And this is what my cake looks like, you guys. This is another version of my triple chocolate cake, my death by chocolate, my ultimate chocolate cake. You can decide and let me know. And if you stuck around to the end of the video, thanks so much. Don't forget to like it, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to follow my Instagram where I will be posting lots and lots of pictures of this cake and many more. Thanks so much, everyone.